Alrighty, hope you're well. So we're back with chapter 7 of the Altar Ice Horse story. I wonder how many cylinders are hidden inside the first. Could it be a Matsuoka system, those Russian dolls that fit inside one another? The second cylinder appears to be made of bone, given the dark streaks running through it, and it has been hollowed out. I raise it up to the pure light of the stars to see if there is something hidden inside the center. The light doesn't pass through, but I can't see anything clearly in the center of the cylinder. I shake it or try and dislodge whatever might be inside, but still nothing happens. I put my lips to one end and blow into it as though it were a flute. The air flows through, but I get the impression that whatever is inside is getting in the way when I blow it. I would need to slide a metal rod in, or a thin twig inside the channel to remove the contents, but there's nothing here I could use except for snow. I hold the bone cylinder in front of me and turn it slowly in my hands. There are carvings covering the outside, yet more mysterious symbols. I can make out a horse's head topped with a star, 5 points again. I look to see if there's another star, just to try my luck and see whether this cylinder will open like the first one, but I can't find one. You can't win every time. I continue examining it. There's clearly a series of symbols, letters, and numbers, but the layout and the design don't remind me of anything. I can sense that I'm going to stay disappointed when I hand the object over to the pilot. Hey, what's got into you, Altair? My horse is grazing my hair. He's clearly worked out how to get my attention, and now he's trying to suckle my ear. Hey, stop, that tickles. I squirm and drop the bone cylinder on the snow, where it leaves a vague rectangular imprint. I go to fetch it on all fours when Altair nibbles on my backside. I push him off so that I can slide the bone cylinder back inside the metal one, and by pushing the two together, I'm able to close the cap again. Then I slide the cylinder into my trouser pocket next to my phone before getting up and growling loudly at Altar, laying down a challenge. You want to play? In response, Altar rears up and boxes with his four legs before falling back down in front of me, eyes shining and ears pricked, muscles tense, ready to go at the first sight of movement. I look him right in the eyes, keeping myself perfectly still before jumping to his side and slapping him lightly on the rear. I spin around to dodge Altar as he tries to barge me in. Retaliation. I know him too well. I was there during his difficult birth and fed him by the bottle for the first few days when his mother couldn't herself. I often fell asleep nestled against him. We were inseparable. My father took care of Altair's mother using his knowledge of plasters and herbal broths and encouraged her to let her little one feed from her. She had suffered immensely while giving birth. She was so weak that she refused to let the foal come near her, but I have never seen a horse resist my father for long. She finally ended up accepting her son. At the time, I resented my father for having separated me from Altair, but I later came to realize that it was for the good of the young horse. But that special bond we had formed endured, and Altair, now a majestic stallion, still plays with me just like when he was a young foal. My heart soars, the joy whenever we share these moments. I dodge another attempt to barge into me and sprint off. Alter catches up immediately, overtaking and pulling up short in front of me. I pretend to make a break for it to one side and then the other, but Alter knows me well and anticipates this, blocking my path. We twirl around dancing together until my trusty steed causes me to lose my balance, making me roll over in the snow, just like the bone cylinder when I dropped it. I burst out laughing. You win. Alter prances proudly before approaching and nuzzling me. Still laying on the ground, I fling my arms around his neck and breathe gently on his forelock. Altar drops gently to the ground next to me, giving me an invitation I can't refuse. I press myself against his back, pass one leg over his flank, and Altar gently stands, carrying me off for an exhilarating ride on his back. In moments like these, time stands still. Nothing else matters but this intense bond. But the rapidly increasing roar of an engine brings reality flooding back. Through the rays of the rising sun, a dot in the sky begins to grow, approaching us at high speed. So that is the end of chapter 7. Anyway, guys, hope you have a lovely day. Bye.